Hey, what's up, good people? On today's episode, I literally want to show you how I live my life with no regrets. No regrets with my long-term investments in the stock market and my long-term investments with crypto. No regrets. 3 seconds. All right, good people, go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell and come join this family known as Stock Up with Larry Jones. Follow that prompter in your lower right-hand corner. Hey, listen, I want to get right to it because this one is important right now. We are all looking for the pop of a certain stock or a certain crypto. We want to get rich, like quick, like yesterday in 5 minutes. And it doesn't work that way. It takes time to build true wealth. People that want to get wealthy quick, or should I say get rich, get wrecked. I say that all of the time. But every one of you have the ability to build not just wealth, but generational wealth, okay? So let's look at some of the things that's happening today, and I'm gonna just keep this one moving, okay? So what's first? We got the stock market today. Dow jumped 400 points on surprise data, all right? And the surprise data is actually bad news, meaning there's more job losses, the ADP. Look at that. November private payrolls, okay, unexpectedly fell 32,000 led by steep small business job cuts, ADP reports, okay? And so now there's a lot of job cuts that are affecting Americans, and you go, well, why is that good news? Because the Fed is more likely to cut interest rates. It's all about the interest rates in the Fed now. Let me read a few keynotes. Headline: U.S. private sector employers shed 32,000 jobs in November, a sharp contrast to the 10,000 jobs that was expected. Small businesses, the vast majority of the losses were concentrated in small businesses. That is not cool at all, okay? Not cool. So job losses were seen in goods, products, and then pay growth for both jobs stayers and job changers slowed in November. So it was a bad report all the way around. All right. So we are losing jobs always around this time. That seems to be the theme. These companies wait and you'll read about that you don't have a job in the media, which is just as crazy as all get out to me. But let's look at this, good people. All right. I got the NASDAQ, the Dow, and the S&P 500 that are all up. They started out down. Look at this. They started out up and then they plunged. All right, look at that. You see the NASDAQ started up, plunged. So the NASDAQ is the dark blue, S&P is the yellow, and then you got that, whatever that color is. You know, you ladies got these names that guys don't know. Fuchsia, we don't know that. We know blue, red, just like Kool-Aid. What flavor? Red. All right, that's a flavor for us. All right, let's keep it going. All right, so we could see that it just climbed all day today, all three indices. I don't know where they're going to end up, but I did tell my followers in Money Moves that it was going to be a choppy day. Last night's video, when I got in from traveling, I told you guys expect more chop. And I still expect a little more chop this week before we find out what's going on with this market and where we should be. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. There's a lot of things going on with investments now. What is the company? Here, Michael and Susan Dale pledged $6 billion to invest in what's called the Trump accounts, which, children that are born this year and later, I believe, can get $1,000, and then you can add into that account. That's not what this is about. And you want to know what I think about it? I think it's good. Some of you guys are just going to say, oh, because it's Trump is not good. It's good. And I get it. It's not his money. It's our money. That's right. And Mr. Dale was wise or generous enough to give $6 billion. Some of you are going to say, yeah, but no, he didn't have to do that. The other companies are not doing it. He didn't have to do that. So let's not get caught into the politics based on who we voted for. It is a good thing because if you max it out, you can literally help your kids to become millionaires earlier, all right? Much earlier, and half the time it's going to take most of you listening. Okay, and so I'm just going to leave it right there. I know the comments section, if you don't like him, you're not going to like anything he does. I get it. I'm an independent. I get it. But these are the same principles that I've been teaching. Have no regrets is my message for today. These are the same principles. So it doesn't matter who lines up with the principles if they work. The principles are the principles before any of these presidents. Stock market established 1792. It works. Compounding interest works. So get over your politics, good people. I'm telling you, it's going to keep a lot of people broke, all right? One way or another. Now, here's what I want to tell you about having no regrets. I'm going to show you what the bank is doing with your money, and I'm going to show you why I keep money in my broker accounts, okay? So let's take a look right there. I want you guys to look at this, right? I want you to look at this. Don't know why it went small. Let's do this again. Okay, now look at this, good people. JP Morgan offers a very low interest rate. JP Morgan Chase is the largest bank in America, right? They offer a very low interest rate on most regular checking accounts, offering around 0.01 APY, okay? 0.01 APY. It's kind of a tongue twister. Now, it used to be 0.05, but because interest rates are high, you get a little more money. But there we go. All right? You guys see that, right? That's on a checking account. Most of you have more money in your checking account than you have in your savings. Most of the people listening to me, if you are honest, right? Because you got to have your bills. And so you look at what your monthly balance normally is, and I'm just telling you that your banks are making the money, okay? So now look at this. How much does JP Morgan pay in interest, right? On a savings account. A standard Chase savings account pays very low interest. It's telling you the truth right there. Typically around what? The exact same thing. 0.01 APY, right? So they're paying you 0.01%, right? I want you to follow me, okay? So now let's look at this. JP Morgan Chase does not report a single figure for money from loans. They don't report, right? But I want you to look at how much they make quarterly off of your money sitting in their banks, which if you got $50,000, I dare you to go to one of them and ask for it right away. They don't have it in the vault, okay? So look at this. Quarter one, they made 17.5 billion. Quarter two, Q2, 18.8 billion. Q3, 24.1 billion. These are quarters. These are not decades. Look at that. That's how much they're making on your money. Then, if you look here, good people, I want to show you guys this. And this is all a part of my no regrets. In some cases, like with asset management divisions, JP Morgan acts as a lending agent and earns a fee. They charge you a fee of 10%, okay? And so on the low end, they're going to rake in 10%. And out of that 10%, they are paying you, because they're using your money, 0.01%. And you've been doing that all your life. Larry's been doing it all his life up until 2018 when things changed for Larry, okay? And I'm telling you that if you have all your money in the bank and it is not in a high yield savings account, it is burning through because the cost of inflation is more than that. Let me show you guys something. If you look at your Fidelity account, now this is one of my Fidelity account. Look where you see it says, look at that, held in money market, okay? Held in money market up in the upper left-hand corner of your brokers. You'll see that, right? And it says manage dividends, right? So you get a dividend back. This is what they pay me just for holding my cash. At, I believe it's 3.24% at the time. It fluctuates, but it's about 3.2%. I will get that exactly for you. And so you could see here, I'm showing this right here for you. You could see that in the last month, they paid me a total of about $1,000 just from holding my money. $1,000, this is Fidelity, in my broker. And this is what I'm trying to teach. They're paying right now 3.64% just to hold my money, 3.64%. So when I tell you guys that I keep, even when I have piles of cash, I keep them in my broker. I have my equities, my stocks, and I keep my cash in a legacy broker like Fidelity. And I want you guys to know that you could make money with that, okay? Even if you're doing crypto, EI Coinbase, you could be making money too of them holding your money, all right? Rather than having it sitting where they are making the money and you are not. That's one of the things I want to show you, okay? So let me show you this because all of this is tying into something when I say don't live your life with regrets, okay? So let me go to this computer. I added another computer and I just want to see what's going on here, all right? All right, so there we go. Guys, if you want to learn how to do this, look, I struck these before the market opens, right? And I was saying that it could go here. So we had this big red candle and what? It stair-stepped up. It hit my point here. It hit my point here. You could have did call options and you would have made money. If it would have went down, I had those marked, okay? And what is this? This is the SPY. Same thing. It hit my levels here, boom, hit it here, boom, and kept going. These are some of the things you could learn with Stock Up You. Stock Up You is where you can learn how to make money even with options, whether the market is going up or down, right? So that's not what I wanted to show you. Here's what I wanted to show you, and I showed a lot of people this earlier. Learn how to use these tools. There's something called TradingView, and I'm going to leave a link where you could get a discount. And in TradingView, in Stock Up You, I teach you how to use TradingView. Okay, you'll learn how to use the tools. And I go over this so much that people are tired of seeing it. But I know someone is going to say, Larry, I don't remember seeing that. Well, we're going to go right back to it again. There we go. Now, this is QQQ. This is, let's just call a lot of tech is in here. QQQ is tech heavy. It's an ETF like VOO, which is the S&P 500. Well, QQQ is tech heavy. So you got your Nvidia in there, your Tesla in there, your Google in there, your Meta in there. That's all in one fund, QQQ, right? And so, again, I am here on the weekly, okay? I'm here on the weekly right here. And you could see that every single time I'm on the 200-day moving average. I show you how to do this, but this is an average of the price per day for 200 days, okay? And you could see that every time it touched, you should have been buying. This was Monday the 31st, 2018. You should have bought. Then here we go again. March 30th of 20. What was that? COVID. You should have bought. And I can look at this and already know that it was the bear market of what? 2022. You can see that. You should have bought. Now, this doesn't look like a lot, but it is a lot Because had you bought QQQ here, you would be up right now 273% on an ETF. Okay? Live your life with no regrets. All right? Live your life with no regrets. I'm getting somewhere. Look at this. Bitcoin is at 93 now, coming back. Even after all of the shake off and all of the fear mongering and all of that, I still have mine because I still believe that we could literally rebound. Now, it's getting slimmer and slimmer, but I believe that we could still, even if I stand by myself on this platform, I still believe that we could have a reversal, though that window of opportunity is getting smaller, and we could surpass the previous highs of about 126. But even if we don't, if you understand a 4-year cycle, which I teach in Stock Up You, if you, just Google it, good people. You can't just put money in something and not spend any time. But look, Bitcoin is at 93 right now, 93K right now. So let's look at it here. Remember back when remember we were live and I said I'm buying at 74? Stocks with Josh said he was buying, Mo, Keenan. We all said we were going to buy at 74. It had already went up to 103 and then it pulled back to 74. Now that's a big percentage, right? Then it ran all the way up, good people. Remember, it ran all the way up and now it's trending back down. Here's where most people regret that they didn't buy here. They don't regret it when it's down here. They regret it when it's up here. And then if you go to Bitcoin, and if you look at this chart, I want you guys to look at this. All right. So now I got Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP all stacked, right? You guys see that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the 5-year because crypto is on a 4-year cycle for those that don't know. All right, here's in 5 years for the people that never sold, even when crypto winter came and you'd never sold, you would still be up roughly with Bitcoin around 385%. You would be up with Ethereum 453%. You would be up with XRP 293%. Good people. So, Larry, what is all of this talk about? It's about living your life with no regrets, good people. Live your life with no regrets. When it's hard and it's difficult and you got to make a difficult decision, like to buy something when it's tanking on the 200-day moving average, you just go in. That's when I shared with you guys. I shoved $238,000 in on Liberation Day. And it's another dip on here. In 2021, you guys saw me make over actually $272,000 with crypto. Actually, just with Shiba Inu alone. I made $348,000 with crypto in 2021. And a lot of you made a lot of money. And someone on this show live, if you remember that, say, I remember that in the chat, please. Became a millionaire. A 28-year-old kid became a millionaire on this show. Why? He lived his life with no regrets. He didn't just YOLO in, he had a strategy. And what I'm saying to you is this. We're going into the new year. A lot of us will lie to ourselves and say, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to invest better. I'm going to read my Bible. I'm going to be more loving. And by the 7th, we will be done with it. We won't even remember it. I'm going to the gym. Well, I went to the gym today. I didn't feel like it. I went today. I'm starting today. And it's okay to make a resolution. But your resolution shouldn't be because it's the end of the year. Your resolution should be because you want to do better. Live your life with no regrets. So stop spending. I showed you guys $1,600 is the average that Americans will spend from Black Friday to Christmas. And if you didn't have it all year, you will make sure you'll get it. You'll get a side hustle and you'll do it. So what I'm challenging you to do is to do like I did in 2018. While I had a full-time job, I was driving Uber so I can have money to invest. Get your brokers loaded with cash. There is another opportunity coming. There will be more days when we have dips, and you're going to say, I should have bought here. I should have bought here, should have bought here, should have bought here. But I didn't have any money. Why? It's all in the bank. The bank is smarter than you are. The bank is using your money, and I want you to use your money for you. I want you to get started on you and get serious about building generational wealth. Live your life with no regrets. And then, by all means, good people, as I go to see my dad is aging, not doing well. He lived his life without regrets. I'm living my life without regrets. I grind all the time. I'm here all of the time because I live my life with no regrets. I spend time with my family because I live my life with no regrets. I try to honor God because I live my life with no regrets. Tell the people that you wish you had told them you love them. Tell them now, because time is running out. Live your life with no regrets. I have no regrets. My relationship with my mother, my father, my siblings, no regrets. I put the time and the dime in, and I challenge you to do the same thing, okay? I love you guys. I know this one was different, but if you rewind it, you will see it will help you. I love you guys for real, though. Live, love, laugh, and learn.